I said like, why don't I bring the Slush'D conference to Istanbul? They're taking this conference to Bilbao, to different cities in Germany, Tokyo. And I said to myself like, why shouldn't it be in like Istanbul? We started this project a year ago and now we're here in Istanbul. In this business, trust was very important, and like at first I saw that with you. You know Slush, you know what Slush looks like, you know the color schemes and everything. You know what I wanted, so I said like at that point I can work with Stein. Fast forward to today, probably we have around like 1,500 to 2,000 people downstairs. 1,500 is a crazy number for us, like was incredible. It's not about myself or like about the funnel, it's mostly about the thing that we have built with my team and with you. It's just like people are starting to feel that vibe of Slush. It gives trust and credibility as a similar in the ticketing process, which helped us a lot. The quality and the name of people applying in the website. That was the point where I felt like the news are out. You know, people knows what's happening in Istanbul. It's not like someone works for me or like one agency or like I didn't feel like I'm a client. I felt like we're in the same team together. Like we're building something together, which I value the most.
Thanks, Șan, for being here. We're at this insane venue, all the way up top in the presidential suite with this sick Istanbul view, seeing the mosques in the background, a bit of the bridge in the background, and the event is ongoing downstairs right now. We've been there the full day. Before we kind of get into the details of the things we've done during our collaboration, can you shortly just introduce yourself? Who are you? What have you done for Slush'D? What's your position?
Of course. So, my name is Șan Yalman. I'm Turkish by background. I've been living in Turkey for the first 18 years of my life. And then I moved to London for my university. I completed my studies in 4 years in London, and after 4 years I started my career within, I was in an investment firm in London, investing in private markets with funds and companies. So getting, I would say, segue back to Slush is like, with my firm, I've been like attending to Slush Helsinki for a while now, since 2022. And after I attended to Slush, I would say last year, I saw that there's a concept of Slush'D, which is like their satellite events, their side events that they're doing all around the world. So because of my work in London, because of what I wanted to pursue in my career as well, and meet with more people and utilize my network, I said like, why don't I bring the Slush'D conference to Istanbul? Like, what is missing in Istanbul? They're taking this conference to Bilbao, to different cities in Germany, they've been to Tokyo. And I said to myself like, why shouldn't it be in like Istanbul? Like, it's the best location, it's like right by the Europe and Middle East. People love Istanbul, even when people don't come to Istanbul, they want to come more. So I thought like, it will be a great location. So we started this project a year ago, and now we're here in Istanbul doing this conference, like a dream come to reality, I would say.
Super sick, super sick. And we've been in contact, I think 1 or 1.5 years ago, when it was all a bit like boiling up, like warming up a bit. You didn't really know what you wanted to do at that point, like how it would come to life. But can you kind of explain how that was for you at that point? Like, how did you feel? What was the situation like before you even organize the event?
Yeah, so like when I thought about organizing the event, obviously like I had no experience on like either event organizing or like coming up with like websites or like doing like a ticket funneling, going out and reaching out to people, convincing them to come to Istanbul Slush. So like I had to talk with other organizers as well of like other Slush'Ds. So like when I was reaching out to other organizers, one of the organizers, which was like Bilbao Slush'D, they actually put me in contact with you. So that's how we, I would say, started our relationship, I would say like probably a year and a half ago. Obviously, there are some barriers, which are when you're in another business, like doing investments, like that's your day-to-day. You don't know the sector, so like trust is something very important for you. So like you're going out, speaking with new people, speaking with like multiple people who can help you with your ticketing, with your funnel organization, with your websites, with everything. But I would say for me, doing business and like just like starting a relationship in this business, trust was very important. And like at first I saw that with you. And then our case studies, which you showed me, like the previous websites that you have done, had helped me a lot to understand like what kind of a project that we can do together, and also the fact that I know that you helped the Bilbao Slush team to helping like they organize their slush event as well on some sections was a deal breaker for me, because you know slush, you know what slush looks like, you know the color schemes and everything, you know what I wanted. So I said like at that point, okay, like I can work with Stein to pursue this project.
Oh, makes sense. And now, like 1 year, 1.5 years later, fast forward, can you describe the event you've set up now using all the assets we set up in between? Like, can you name some results? Or how many people are downstairs, for example?
So like right now, fast forward to today, probably we have around like 1,500 to 2,000 people downstairs. 1,500 is the people that I can count from our website. I don't know what happened downstairs for the past for today. Like probably there were like 500, close to 500 people who went like they wanted to buy tickets, and because they didn't wanted to like buy it from the website, they just came because like sometimes doing business in Turkey like goes that way as well. I know you invited me to the conference. I didn't look at the website, but I just came to the event just to buy a ticket there. So like probably 1,500 is a crazy number for us. And probably like going around like 1,700, 2,000 as well with the people who came today was incredible.
Yeah, it's nuts. Go from 0 to 1,500,
Exactly.
1,700 people.
Exactly. I remember like the first 1 week, 2 weeks, like because of the funnel that you have created for us, like we were able to track how many people are applying, how many people have bought tickets, and like in the first weeks, just to see like 5-10 people to buy tickets was like, wow, you know, we're selling tickets. But like after a month, it's kept up so fast, like because of the word of mouth, because of the marketing, because of the system that we have created, because of how it's similar with Slush. I think gave trust to people that this is something very credible and very legitimate as well. In Slush, as people may know, you cannot buy a ticket if you wanted to attend. There's like a pre-selection process where you have to enter your credentials, what you do for a living, are you a startup, are you an investor, are you a general attendee? And that gives, I would say, a good curation of people in your event, that the people that you want to meet in your event actually. And usually the events in Turkey or like other events, like they don't have this process, like they just like sell out tickets. I think this had made people first surprised because Turkish people, they're not used to this. But second, I think they saw that slush thing is like happening in Turkey, and like, oh, okay, like slush has a pre-selection process, Istanbul Slush has a pre-selection process as well. Okay, like they're used to it. So even we had that, I think our numbers has stacked up very quickly. Month by month, we were like receiving applications, like just like crazy amount of people.
Yeah, because the trust was so fast. Exactly. The platforms were so similar.
Exactly.
Yeah, people recognize them right away.
Exactly.
Yeah, makes sense. And with the qualification process, that you obviously in the beginning had no idea how you would set that up or how that would work, kind of just picked it from Bilbao or something. What was your biggest headache or maybe fear before you kind of wanted to approach that?
I think my previous comment was like a bit answered this, which was like the people aren't super motivated on filling out forms. When you enter the website, even if you see like the event is like super interesting, the speakers are super interesting, the location is like, wow, you know, it's in Istanbul. When some people just like log into that website and presses get tickets, seeing another additional form of like a pre-application process, people might be sometimes like, oh, okay, then let me do this later. Probably there has been some churn, I believe, where people wanted to buy the ticket instantly. They have to go back to the website. But I believe it was good for the event because at the beginning, that was the thing that we wanted to create it. I want the people who were really interested and who really wanted to be in this conference. So I think even that thought process has helped me a lot to eliminate lots of people.
So you'd say that the qualification process was critical, pretty important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't a headache for us, but I think maybe one thing that I had as a feedback, I could have had less questions. So the questions could just fit it on one page, not with the scrolling. So it could have been like more simpler on the question side, which is like a feedback for myself for the questions to do it later on. But I think apart from that, it was all smooth.
If you kind of sum up the experience of using the system, because you obviously been using it from an operator side and more like using it to see what kind of contacts you have, navigating through the tabs, maybe also manually qualifying some people by clicking it through. Do you feel like it was all overviewable in one glance? Or do you feel like it was too complex?
I think it wasn't too complex. I think for a person, for me, who hasn't used a CRM platform before, on like either on ticketing or any sales, it was the most convenient and the most easiest thing. And the reason was like, I had my one page of opportunities and I can see everyone in the pipeline, and I know that that's my go-to page. You know, I don't need anything else. So, and day by day I was checking that page, and I know that I was getting notifications as well from my email. So whenever I have a new application, I can see, I can just look at my platform, I can go and log in and see who has applied and just accept them as well. To use the platform, I think it was like super smooth, super easy. Maybe one feedback from that side is like, I used a lot of time to see the background of those people, like what they have done, like what's the company name and stuff like that. Maybe for the next time, I could have had like a better selection thing, which I would say easier or faster to review. Maybe done with AI, maybe like when like a new application comes to my email, I also have the credentials of that people as well, such as like what they do for a living, why they want to attend Slush and stuff like that. And sometimes when we're so much on our phone rather than on the computer, if there was something like accepting people through email, that would be like wow effect for myself.
Right away, just press it.
Exactly. I'm seeing, let's say I'm seeing Stein as an applicant. I have to go to the CRM. Rather than going to the CRM, just like clicking through my email and like accepting Stein from there will probably save me quite a bit of time as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Should have messaged me that right away. Yeah,
I thought about it right now, by the way.
You built that in. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. And can you walk us through like a typical day of you using the platform?
Yeah. So like I'm super on top of my things. So like even when I have like one new applicant, I'm just like super excited just to like go into the platform and see like
the dashboard
the
refreshing all the time,
just like accept or decline. If there was like a data of like seeing how fast do I log in when there was like a new application, probably I can like break some records there. So yeah, my day to day is like I probably like look at it like 3 times a day at least to see like who has applied, is there anyone who hasn't, like who's still on the payment pending and stuff like that. We have used it a lot for exporting data because we had to sort out our applicants. So to see like who are the general attendees, who are the future founders, who are the startups and stuff like that. We could have seen all of this data in the platform, but since we have used like other platforms for event app, such as like the networking app, we had to like import data there. So that's why exporting function has helped us a lot to see what kind of people are attending. And one step later of that is like what kind of businesses are attending. Because when some sponsors or some more high level people when attending, they have a question of like, okay, startups are attending, but like the percentage of startups who are doing B2B versus B2C. This is not an easy data that you can see if you didn't have the funnel. If you were just like selling tickets just constantly without asking any questions. Within this selection process that we have done and like the funnel that we have created, I was able to get the data what I want with any applicant, which helped me a lot.
So also on getting sponsorships in.
Exactly, it helped me sponsorships, sending out people who are like what type of companies are attending, what sectors are these companies at, how much like in healthcare, financial technology, AI, software. So like it really helped me to convince people to come to the first Slush'D in Istanbul as well, because people are asking like how many people are coming, how many of those startups are in Turkey, are abroad. Sponsors are asking how many people are in Turkey attending, what about global. So to have that data more clear and more organized helped me a lot and saved me a lot of time.
Do you think you would be able to sign the sponsors you have now without the platform? Without the details in there, the qualification, questions?
I think yes.
Yes. With your skill set, team.
But I think it's not about myself mostly or like about the funnel. It's mostly about the thing that we have built with my team and with you. The website, like from the time that someone looks at our website, which we have done together that as well, it's just like people are starting to feel that vibe of the slush. It gives trust and credibility as similar in the ticketing process, which helped us a lot on first securing speakers, second like getting those big investors to Turkey, and third securing sponsors. Because with all the things that we have done, the sponsors have really felt that Slush is actually coming to Istanbul with this satellite event, and we should be part of this. So I think on the branding side, we did everything quite well.
So that might be the most impactful thing then of the whole system.
Yeah.
That whole positioning, the framing of the event.
Exactly.
That is so similar.
Exactly.
As if the full-blown Slush team has already been producing this for years backwards. Yeah. As if we've been doing it for 10 years. We just threw it out the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's nuts. What's a moment halfway where you realize like, oh, this is working halfway?
So I think there were a few points.
Yeah.
First, when I actually tried it and see it's working, that was my first like initial reaction. Oh my god, like I can really like buy a ticket here, like my application goes to review, I can apply it. A nice automated newsletter coming about my ticket, informing me about the events, about my journey of how my ticketing will work. It's just like at that point I felt like okay, like this will work. Second, when I started to buy like sell tickets, probably first 100, then I would say like 500, and then like at the 1,000 point, I felt like okay, like this is working.
1,000 people in the CRM, 1,000 cards.
This is working, and like there were some days which we had like not sold, I would say, but like have over like 50, 60 applications. So one day I had like probably like 70 people applying some applications as well. So those days were like very convincing and very like motivation for us as well on like really seeing the system works as well.
So it's the whole user experience flow that aligned fully.
Exactly. And also like the event day, you know, like this day and until this day that we have worked together, like today no one has came me about like I cannot find my ticket, I bought my ticket, where is it? Like obviously there are some hiccups, like it's in the nature of this business. Some people will like have some trouble, but like in the grand scheme of things, I had like 1,500 people downstairs in my event. So like when I look at the big picture, we've done it.
Yeah, yeah. If you talk about the hiccups, how did you feel about the experience throughout? So there were many times where you just shot me a WhatsApp message at 1 midnight and I had to be present, fix something.
Yeah,
what do you feel about the support level throughout?
Yeah, I think that's a very good point because like hiccups, obviously there are hiccups,
Yeah.
you know, like in every business there's like with hiccups you improve. But one thing that I really liked and appreciate of our work was like with any hiccups, I can know that it can be solved like as soon as possible with you, because I can like reach out to you like anytime. You're super like easy to communicate. When I have a problem, you explain me that problem, how to solve it, and you solve it yourself as well. Even if I'm your client, you help me to solve it. Like it's your own business. So like I really felt like it's not like someone works for me or like one agency or like I didn't feel like I'm a client. I felt like we're in the same team together. Like we're building something together, which I value the most. And I think that made everything simpler, every hiccup or every problem easily solvable. So like anytime I texted you were like, okay, I'm fixing it, I'm doing this, okay, we'll do that, we'll do this. And like the systems that we have updated with all the problems, it's just like make the CRM and all the funnel thing even better.
They really grew over time.
Exactly.
Yeah, with every message.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you think, because you obviously spoken to other vendors as well, you've spoken to other potential agencies, or you work with many people, or you're organizing an event like this, there are many like moving parts and people that help you out. Do you feel like you could have gotten that level of support from a different business as well?
I think it's about what you look for. Probably you can get in some point, but what I was looking for was I really wanted to like work with someone and trust with someone. So like, and I want something like 100% customized for my event and for myself. And with you, we created something from the ground, like both the website and both the funnel. We didn't have something like that in the beginning, and you created for us. And everything is just like has come up to a point where it looks like it's the product of Slush'D, you know, like everyone is like saying, okay, we did it at the back, but like actually you guys did it, like the funneling and everything. So I think from the ease of use, from the systems that we created, I think we did a great job. And like with the other people, other vendors, I think it would have been more hard on the support side. Support for us is very important to solve problems quickly, because at the end of the day, you're in the event business and you have to sell out tickets quick. And the customer, I would say, relationship, customer support is the most important part. And we deal with it like literally in first hand. You helped us. I personally called clients all day, sometimes asking if they need support from on the ticketing side. And even with the clients, like when I talk with them, it's like, it's quite straightforward for them as well.
Really good experience.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's go. Yeah, that's nice. What was the biggest, oh yeah, we're gonna kill it moment?
The quality and the name of people applying in the website.
Yeah? You saw some names in there that you were like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I signed this one,
Yeah.
this one's applied.
Yeah.
Yeah? You didn't expect those people to?
No.
No? Jeez.
That was the point where I felt like, oh yeah, like, okay, the news are out, you know, like people knows what's happening in Istanbul. Because like the first 2 months, when we started to sell tickets, is like, obviously, like people who are interested in this sector and this ecosystem, they will come. But like some very high profiles, they don't have to use the website, you know, to apply. But like when I see some names in the funnel, I was like, what? This guy really applied for a ticket from the website? That was like some point where I was like, oh, okay, like this is working, this is happening. And the second thing was like seeing the same thing from people to come from other countries, such as like European countries, Middle Eastern countries, US. So seeing people outside from Turkey has really made us like, oh yeah, okay, this is working as well. Because obviously, like it's in Istanbul, you expect lots of people from Turkey, but like seeing people all around the world in the conferences just like motivates you, and like it's just like puts a smile on your face.
Yeah, it's not like a local people here in the street, they apply, street vendors, actually big names.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, and then the opposite side is, what was like the biggest moment, like, oh fuck, but in a negative way?
Not like a proper fuck up, but I just wanted maybe like a one go-to platform. Maybe that will make my life easier.
With the ticketing side, was it? Yeah.
Because
Can
data,
you tell some more about that side?
When the numbers are going larger, I'm always like, oh no, like how are we going to like mix this data with the provider that we're selling tickets from? And like that was always like not a question mark, but it was like something that I was like thinking in my head. I have like nothing too much to say as a like, oh no, like a fuck up moment.
But the data side could be improved, yeah. That's a good point.
Data side could be improved. I think one thing that I think we could have done better was the media pass side.
Yeah.
Some people were like having troubles, but it's mainly on us. But like that was the category which we left mostly on a need to review part, because it was like a $0 value, and it was like we have to go for each of the press and see who is credible to coming to Istanbul Slush or not. I think that could have been more simpler. Maybe don't have a media pass from the CRM, just sell tickets from the CRM and have a media pass from a different application, or just like ask for a PR agency to just review the press, not yourself.
2 days ago, when I just arrived here, that night we had to hand in the ticketing spreadsheet. We were downstairs in this office room till 4 a.m. in the morning, fixing this.
Sleepless nights.
Sleepless nights. You haven't slept for 2 days at that point. Didn't sleep.
Yeah.
I was 10 coffees deep. You 3? Or did you have more after that?
Yeah, I had 2 more after that.
Oh, 2 more after that. Yeah. Fixing a lot of. So if we fix that data side, I think that wouldn't have been necessary. So it's a good learning point.
Yeah.
But still, you still think we handled that correctly?
No, I think we handled that correctly. I think there are a few feedbacks for myself as well, which is like, because it's my first event and because I value the people who are coming to the event so much, I personally, literally, I was responsible from the tickets and the people who were coming to the event. I didn't had a team, like a team who were reviewing like the applications like constantly. I didn't had like a support on the side, which I have like, I don't know, like 5 people who are helping and calling people out. I personally wanted to do that myself. I think it will be the most convincing for the person who founded the event and brings Slush to Istanbul to personally call people and like tell them more about the conference. If they have like any questions in their head, convince them people to come. So that was very important for me, but it took a lot of my time.
It was a bit manual still on the qualification side. Still ticketing was good.
Yeah, exactly.
The code side.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Do you think this is something you would recommend to other?
Yeah, I can like from the beginning I think know what you want to have in the in the sense of like what kind of a funnel that you want to create and what kind of an experience that you want with those people. Definitely talk with people before. Talk with the organizers, but as well as talk with the people who applied and bought tickets from those kind of similar funnel processes. I have talked with the organizers, but I haven't talked with the people who bought tickets for, let's say, Bilbao Slush'D to understand their experience, or like for Ghent Slush, because these sites had also like a pre-approval process. So talking with customers probably helped me to understand and to design the funnel process better, and to see like, okay, like how many days we should give out to people before sending out mails, how many days we should, I don't know, keep people in review. If I don't say anything, then maybe it automatically rejects or like updates, because like it's just like, I think when people had a will to purchase the ticket and when they get an information of, okay, we will review an application, then we have to be fast on the reply. You know, it should be like either 24 hours or 48 hours.
Yeah, well,
and
that's
after
still
my
fresh.
reply, I have to like have more constant follow-ups. So I think that could be one of my like feedback points for myself as well.
Appreciate it. Appreciate the chance of
Anytime,
working
man.
with you.
Anytime.
Yeah.